season, it was a tale of two schools. One of these schools went unbeaten. The other did not and pretty much embarrassed themselves. One school did all they could to make the college football playoff and did not. The other school wasn't even close. In fact, they embarrassed themselves. It's the answer to this is not what you'd expect. But if you're the bigger school, you gotta find a way to remedy this, considering you're in the SEC and all that. So, what's the best way to solve this problem, you might ask? Well, how about you hire away the guy that embarrassed you the most and then bring him onto your team? Because that's how money and power work, apparently. Well, all I can say is, let's hope it was worth it. Or, oh boy, it's probably not, isn't it? And so with that, howdy folks, Morgoth the Barbarian here, and welcome to the third season of our EA Sports playthrough with Mark Gothley. Sorry it's been a little while, but let's just say real life kind of took over here. But we are back, and we are checking in on our favorite coach, who is now an Oklahoma offensive coordinator. Yay! At long last, he is finally going to the big time here, as he's left UL Monroe to take the Oklahoma job. I guess the task now is, can we rebuild the Sooners? Clearly, as you can see from the record, they were a shell of themselves. We even beat them once and embarrassed them, which is why they hired us in the first place. So, new task, take Oklahoma to the promised land once again. We'll see if we can do it, but good luck in a rough, very hard SEC. So we will start Season 3 now. Of course, you know what buttons to hit, and hopefully I will try to update as best I can here. So, just to recap on everything, what's happened since this has been a little while. Basically, I can't find whatever. Basically, we started off in Season 1 at UL Monroe, our first two seasons. First season, they learned the offense, and they did pretty good for ourselves. Made it to a bowl game and everything. Improved to 7-5, saved our coach's job. It was great. Last season, we went undefeated, as our offense really took flight. It's just we couldn't get into the college football playoff. And hence the problem. Mark Gothley was not pleased at all. What ended, of course, I mean, winning two Boca. You can only go to the Boca Raton Bowl so many times before you finally get tired of it. Well, as it turns out, one of the teams we beat was Oklahoma, and apparently they were so desperate to fix that they turned to us and hired us as their offensive coordinator. They ended up hiring, I believe, the guy from Boise State as our head coach. So we are joining his staff, and we are seeing if we can get the Sooners back to relevancy. Because I don't think the Sooners accept 4-8 records. I don't know. I sure as heck wouldn't if I was a fan of theirs, and I'm sure their fan base agrees. So our task is to get them back to relevancy. But again, SEC. So this is going to be a whole new challenge here. We'll see if his offense works in the SEC or not. So now, before we get into this, a couple changes here. Number one, obviously, I've gone ahead and done all the transfers and all that stuff. So, whoopee, we'll move along there. Number two, until I'm a head coach, I'm going to let the AI deal with the recruiting from this point forward. So whatever the AI gives me in recruit land is what I'm going to get. Like I said, until Mark Gothley is a head coach, we're going to pretend like we're just going to go along for visits and what have you. But we'll let Coach Peterson deal with the recruiting. It's part of the AI's task. I probably should have had that from the start until Gothley is an actual head coach, just to make it more realistic. But otherwise, we'll just pass on the recruiting step just to make this go a little bit faster. But once Gothley's a head coach, we're on our own. It's all on us now. And finally, there's the conferences. After every season, the Grand Consul or whatever kind of goes and rearranges conferences and all that stuff. Well, I am pleased to announce the big change here is that the Pac-12 has been fully reborn. The California ACC teams and Big Ten teams all got tired of traveling across the country, and after numerous complaints, we are now back to our former selves. Cal, Stanford, USC, UCLA, Washington, and Oregon, welcome back. I'm not going to disclose what means were used to get them back here, but they are now back in the Pac-12. The Mountain West also gained a couple new teams as they recovered. New Mexico State and UTEP finally showed up. As one might assume, this is going to have an impact on the ACC and Big Ten later, as the Big Ten's down to 14, and the ACC's down to 15. They would like to get back up to 16, so don't be surprised if next season there's a couple more readjustments here. We also have to take from the Conference USA. Those independents might not be independent for much longer. Notre Dame, I'm looking at you, but we shall see. Also, the fact that the Pac-12 is using divisions is kind of interesting. We'll see if those come back from the dead. But here's the SEC as it stands. There we are, and we're still at 16 teams for now, at least. But this is what I'm talking about. Those numbers are rankings, and you can see that we got a tough stretch. Alabama at 14th. Florida's the third best team in the country. Really, third? Huh. Tigers or LSU are sixth. I guess stealing Brian Kelly from Ole Miss really worked out for him. And of course, our rivals are fourth. Ugh, how dare Texas do that? And there we are, sitting at 4-8. Just pitiful. Texas A&M is also second. Don't worry, I'm sure they'll blow the collapse late season like they always do. But we'll address the Big Ten and ACC vacancies at the end of this season, though. But for right now, the Pac-12 is back. Their automatic big is back, too. So there's going to be some changes. But that's not till next season, so let us progress on over and start this season here. All right. So let's see here. All right, and there it is. Everybody's records have officially been reset. We are looking at a B for championship contender. All right. So, as I mentioned, this is going to be the AI's deal. Whatever they want to do, I'll do it. Okay, so I did check, I do have it turned on. So again, until we're a head coach, we're not going to go deal with that, just to make this go a little bit faster. Now, as for the custom schedules, who are we facing? Oh, here's our schedule here, and I think I like this. So we got 4 out of conference games, all major conferences, and that should help us a lot with the CFP. And then here's the rest of our schedule in all of its glory. So we start our season off with a trip to SMU in Dallas, so that's going to be interesting. Another Texas team, but we'll deal with them. We get Utah State. I believe they are a Mountain West team, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, Utah State in the... Actually, I think they might be in the Pac-12, too. I don't know. I don't remember. But San Diego State, they're definitely in the Pac-12. So then we host them. And then this is a big one. This is where the fun starts. USC is coming. They were number 1 in the country. Now they're number 8. So USC will be paying us a visit. Then we get the always dangerous Vanderbilt. Must be Diego Paiva did not do good enough if he was even here. Oh, well, I guess Vanderbilt's back to being Vanderbilt. And then there's this, our rivalry game against Texas. This is the one we really will aim to win for, but they're number 1 in the country, so good luck. Georgia is on their menu. They're 14th. We're having Florida visit us. They're fourth somehow. I don't get it. Kentucky is here, coming to us too. Then we have a bye. We get Mississippi State, who we beat last year as a member of the UL Monroe. Arkansas, and then we finish with Texas A&M. Gosh, I kind of wish Oklahoma State was on here. There would be the other team we rival. Can we get them in? Give me 1 second here. Let's see. Where is Oklahoma State? Make this a little bit more realistic. Oh, this is the Big 12. I know they're here. No, okay, so they must have their own thing. What about over here? Well, there they are. So we would face our rivals in week 1. We'll hold off on it for right now. I kind of like this schedule. We need kind of an easy opponent and a good Pac-12. I know. I would love to play in week 3. Dang, I wish we could. Let's see if we can get them week 2 for 1 minute. Hang on. There they are. All right, we're going to do it. The Oklahoma State Sooners, Oklahoma State Cowboys, welcome back. I've decided you know what? I'm all into these rivalries. So Oklahoma State is now the new opponent here. We're swapping out San Diego State. So there's your new schedule. SMU, Utah State, Oklahoma State, USC to start the season. They're all our non-conference opponents. And then we get a pretty good gauntlet 6 through 8 before we get kind of easy opponents. And then there's the SEC title game, which we're hoping to make it to. So top 2 make it in, though that could change after this season. So there you go. There's our final schedule. All right. So that being said, I'm going to move on to the next week here. Who do they have for the Heisman watch here? I'm just curious. USC's quarterback is on top. The Corian Moore, who... Oh, he's a wideout. I was just going to say, I don't think there's anybody I recognize from... Yeah, we're 2 years into the future, so there's nobody I can recognize here. And then I don't think we have any preseason All-Americans, did we? No, and Alabama's got a whole bunch of them. That doesn't shock me at all, so let's see what we can do here. Nobody on the second team either. Okay, that's all right. We'll see if we'll manage. All right. No, I don't want to quit. At least not right now. All right. Okay, so it looks like the AI is doing its job in recruiting. So there we go. Okay. Excellent. So we're going to get into it right away as we got SMU coming at us right out of the gate. But first, let's introduce our team here, shall we? That way I can check our depth chart as well. Starting quarterback, it has Elias Obi as our starting quarterback. This guy was someone we recruited from UL Monroe, so he came with us, so we'll see what he can do. But we're starting a freshman at the quarterback position. Oh, this ought to be fun. All right, hopefully he knows what he's doing. Our halfback is John Hawkins. Not bad. Wideouts. Oh, we got some good wideouts. Elijah Thomas and Teron Traven are our top 2 wideouts with Jake and Ferguson at the 3. Very nice setup there. Okay. That's encouraging. Draymond Wheeler is our tight end. We got Michael Fossey as our left tackle. Very nicely rated. Ryan Fodgy is our right guard. Left guard, huh? What happened there? Oh, AI, what are you doing? You put the left guard... Okay, so I put the right guard in at... The starting left guard at the right, and the right guard at the left. What? Hold on, hold on. I knew the AI was going to do something like this. All right, everybody else is fine. Give me 1 minute here. Who's our... All right, hold on a minute. What is going on here? Ozaida has to be at the left guard spot, so let's fix that. There we go. We got that. We'll put the starting left guard. Oh, actually, let's order this correctly. There you go. There we go. And now if you come back over here, Baji gets to be our starting right guard. Gaston's the number 2, like he should be. And there you go. Okay, I don't know what the AI was doing there. It had our starting left guard at the right guard spot and our starting right guard at the left guard. There! We fixed it. Gotta make sure those are fixed. But Faji's in at right guard. Ozaida's in at left guard like they should be. Okay, excellent. AI, just don't do that ever again. All right, we have the starting left end over here. Okay, excellent. And I want to have Nate Smith be our 3, so that's good. We got a good defense, it looks like. So Landry, I mean, we're not concerned about this group, but I got to make sure we're all in the right spots. No, we're not. Of course we're not. We'll get Wyatt Gilmore needs to be in. Yeah, we'll have Nate Smith be the backup right guard. He's the better of the 2. Right end. Okay, Buaki's in there, right. Who do we have at defensive tackle? Okay, we have an 82, not bad. Sam linebacker's in the right spot. Reinhardt and Nesta are our main Mike linebackers. The will is Greg McGahee. Very nice. Espinesa and Newcomb are our top secondary people. Cornerbacks, okay. Boganowski's our free safety. Javon Hardy is our starting strong safety. Nice rating. I like that. Lorenzo's the kicker. Altgreg's the punter. Want to have your fastest Coleman is there. So you want to have your fastest punt returner. Guys, be the returners. Okay, who's our third down back? John Hawkins. Okay, that's fine. Steed will be our power linebacker. Ferguson's in the slot. Okay, and we're good. And I don't care about the rest. Okay, that's for like subbing and stuff. All right. Excuse me. So that's our lineup in a nutshell. Now, let's get into it, shall we? Let's start off with SMU. And let's see who they have here. All right, they've got 2 really good receivers, so our defense is going to have its hands full. Yeah, they got elite skill position players, so they're going to have their hands full with those. But I'm looking at their defense. They've got a cornerback, and then it drops off significantly. So from a offensive standpoint, we should be okay. Defensively, they're going to have their hands full. The Mustangs rolling as the number 10 team in the country, so let's see how our new offense does here. So, as always, we are going to do offense only because that's what Mark Godfrey is, and let's see how we do on the road here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start off our Oklahoma career off, hopefully with a win. Sooners, Mustangs. Let's do this. Boomer Sooner, yeah.
One of the danger spots in any college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one.
They're from the ACC. We should be fine.
With us from Gerald
They got
J.
nothing on
Ford
us.
Stadium in Dallas, home to the SMU Mustangs. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football,
Playoffs.
David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going.
Oh, it'll be going all right. All right, SMU starts off with a kickoff return. We brought back kind of the same offense here, so we'll see if it works out. So, 1st and 10. Obi is on the shotgun. 3 wides here. And his first pass is incomplete.
We will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma.
It's okay.
The only important expectations are the ones inside the program.
2nd and 10. We've got Obi in the pistol now.
Rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can't it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected.
All right, Hawkins has it. Just a yard.
College football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to.
All right, 3rd and 9.
They're going to keep
We'll
this
be in the
drive
shotgun
going
here.
to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26.
Protection over.
From the gun, wants to
Back.
pass. Makes
Complete
the
to
catch. It's
Hawkins. No, he'll be a yard shy. Okay, whatever.
Marker, he's a yard short.
Almost had it, but
And
not
the
quite.
Sooners send out the
All right,
punt
we'll
unit.
punt it away.
They'll boot it away for the
Not
first
exactly
time
a good
tonight.
first drive, but we'll whatever. Oh, I'm all
He'll try
over
to
there.
field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position.
All right, so SMU has it their own 35, and our defense stalls them. Okay, good. Well, we have it 1st and 10 at the 1. Ew.
Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They went
1st and
3
10.
out on their first possession now to see if they can be more productive this time around. He's in open space downfield.
All right, we got
Works
4
his
yards,
way
so
for
that
3
helps.
and gets him out to the 5-yard line. Let's take just a second and talk about Oklahoma. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk,
2nd
guys
down.
going in and out, you can score one for Cotton.
Hold on a minute. Something isn't right. Oh, okay.
With this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working, and because these guys so often
Hawkins
just go for
again. He'll
the next
have
opportunity, the
5.
next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players
3rd and
really
1.
have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
Off play action. Unloads it left.
And it's
The sure hand.
caught.
It's Wheeler.
Tight
He'll
end,
get it
1st
out to the
down.
25,
Nice.
Not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a 1st down.
3rd down, understanding exactly where the sticks
All right,
are.
1st and
You gotta
10.
stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes it, gets another 1st down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks
Back.
are.
Finds his man.
Caught.
It's
It's our
Ferguson.
slot receiver.
Slant
6-yard
routes,
gain
they're
for
good against
him as he
man
gets
coverage, but they're
slammed
good against
down.
zone
What the
coverage,
heck?
too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
The
2nd and
Sooners with a 2nd
4.
and short to keep this drive moving.
Obi's in the shotgun now. Caught, and there's a flag though, but he gets the
And
first.
He's ridden to the ground, but there's also
Uh-oh.
a flag down. Let's check the call.
What? Oh, our guy
So
got called
penalty's
for
gonna
that.
cost them
Oh,
the
what
first
the
down
heck?
As they back up, and now it's 2nd down.
Oh, that sucks.
Second
2nd
down
and
coming up.
14 after the penalty, apparently. Oh, that sucks. All right. Rollers out in motion here.
Wants to go up top.
Back. And
it'll
it's
be
incomplete.
This defense is physical and pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas.
All
That's
right,
what they
3rd
are.
and
That's who they are.
14.
Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd
Back.
and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
No, incomplete. All right.
They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
That didn't work.
The Sooners will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away.
If it wasn't for the penalty, we would have had that one. And SMU gets a field goal out of it. All right.
They'll put this one in play.
1st and 10.
From the 25. Looking downfield on 1st down.
Caught, and that's going to go for
and a
5.
good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
When you run your slant route and it's against man-to-man, one thing you know you're going to get is hit.
2nd and 5.
Catches the football, slants don't open up wide open. Linebackers are going to be there. Safeties are going to be there. So you got to be able to take that hit and hold on to that football.
And in motion here.
They go to the ground.
Hawkins has it. Oh, he's got plenty of room, and he gets up to the
And
41.
excellent
All
vision
right.
to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. They'll put it in play
1st
from the
and
41
10.
on 1st down.
And in motion here.
They'll ride the hot
Hawkins
hand.
will get it again, and he'll
They pick
bust
up
ahead
half
for
of it. It'll be
5.
2nd and 5.
Really nice 1st down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between
2nd
the
and
tackles, he can
5.
run outside, he can catch the football.
3
he
wide
can
now.
block. This guy can do it all.
Going to swing it on 2nd down.
Caught. He's got the
Fires
1st, and he'll get
Ball
up to the
down, and they'll move the
45. All
sticks as he
right.
picks up the 1st down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important
1st
to keep
and 10
defenses
here.
honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great
Giving
job.
the pistol
finding this wide
again.
receiver of the middle
Man in
field.
motion.
Quarterback
Flip
touch
it to
pass
him,
from the
and
jet
he
sweep.
will
And
get
with that stop,
3.
we are
Okay,
headed
whatever.
toward the end of the 1st quarter.
All right, well, not exactly how I would have drawn it up, but you know what?
That's the
We're
end of the
learning.
period, and SMU
6-0.
has the lead. We've put one in the books.
Mustangs
Let's have a look at
lead,
our
but we
game
are
summary.
trying to drive here. All right, not bad, but we could do a little bit better. Run game appears to be working, so
Now
we'll
to see
try
if
more
these
of
guys
that.
can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter.
All right,
Movement to
2nd
run
and
game on
7.
1st down, now back at it. They'll move the wide receiver.
Trey Winans in motion.
The give from the gun.
Nope. Couldn't get out
Not
there.
to lose
All right.
yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this run,
3rd
shutting
and
this
8.
guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the
Toby is in
lead.
the shotgun.
It's
We
tight.
got an empty
You know
set
the
here.
opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in this?
Oh, intercepted, picked off. I thought he was going left.
Gotcha,
And this is going to be a pick 6. Some miscommunication between me and the running back, and it leads to a pick 6.
Linebackers are so athletic nowadays.
Oh.
They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the
Why did he run to the left? He was supposed to run to the right.
Taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was an easy interception. That wasn't my fault. The running back was supposed to run to the right, and he goes to the left. Why did he do that? Oh, that was a very costly pick 6. That should not have happened. Somehow they missed the extra point, too, but man, oh man. Now we're in an even bigger hole. 12 to nothing. Unbelievable. 1st and 10.
Last time it was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Yeah, no
That's the
kidding.
unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have
Okay,
so you gotta be
Hawkins
able to
has
turn
it.
the page here.
he gets past his man. 20, 10, and we finally score. That took long enough. Touchdown, Thomas.
He got a step and just dusted the
Okay, there we go.
With that last
Finally
touchdown now,
scored.
they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know
Jeez, Elijah Thomas finally checks in.
Should be feeling pretty good about that last score.
Oof.
Now you've got to keep
He
that
just
up.
slipped past Shaw, who can't cover, apparently. And there we go. Thomas for 6. There we go. Very nice.
Looking to
Back.
throw again. Finds
Caught.
his man.
He's got the first, and he'll get to the 21. All right.
They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the
All
defense
right,
knows
first
they're
and 10.
probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Looking to throw on first down.
Oh, incomplete. Got hit as he threw.
First down pass, and it
Oh.
never had a chance.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
All right. Second and
So now
10.
it's second and long. Back to pass.
Back. Caught, and he's going to get
They'll spot the ball at the
9.
12 after that
Someone from
completion.
SMU got hurt.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
All right.
And the
Third and
Sooners come to the
1.
line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to
Draw
move the chains
play,
around.
and he
They'll
gets
get
to
it
the
stopped
2.
just
First
short
and
of the end
goal.
zone,
It's
but they're in
Hawkins.
business
Very
here with a
nice.
first down.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
All right.
And
First
after
and goal
yet
to
another
go.
third down conversion, they've got it
Bring it
first and goal.
instead here.
Trying to power
Take it, and he gets in. Touchdown. It's Stead.
Touchdown, Oklahoma.
There we go. That's better.
Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
Now we're
No
getting
doubt,
it. It
first
took a
half
little
looked
while.
bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Avery Stead getting that one. All right. Our defense do anything? Yes. Okay, we have it first and 10 at midfield.
They'll
All
go
right,
back to
fourth
work with a
quarter.
first down
I
in
don't
the
know if we're
final
going to come
period.
back, but you know what? We're doing better.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing.
Caught, and no, it's not. Never mind, another drop. How many more drops are we going to have? It's like,
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field to make these explosive plays, and now
just drop after
huge
drop
deficits.
after
Gotta
drop.
make 'em.
Second
Gotta
and
find a
10.
way
It's starting to anger
push
me
the ball
here.
down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
Back.
Grabbed in the middle.
Caught,
Wheeler.
and that's going to be a
Gets
first
it all the way
down.
down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of
First
his
and
big
10.
man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate,
Two tight ends
creating
here.
some distance there between him and the defense.
One's moving over.
Wants
Back.
to go up top on first down. Just
Incomplete.
a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that,
All
and as a
right,
result,
second and
they
10.
haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
Bringing a man over here.
On the
It's a
move.
designed run for Obi, and he
He
will
picks
charge
up
ahead for
that'll leave
4.
them with 3rd and 6.
Okay. 3rd
Trying
and
to pick up a
6.
first down.
3 wide here.
On
That's
3rd
back.
down, he drops to throw.
Ferguson makes a catch, and he's got the
Ripping
first.
off a
Okay.
good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Well, the defense just has not had an answer for this guy working out of the slot so far. Man coverage has been tricky.
All
He's
right,
beaten them in
1st and
zone.
10
You might wanna
here.
Think about bracketing him where you've got a defender on the outside and the inside to see if you can force the quarterback to go somewhere else.
Play action.
Throwing right.
No.
Just a
Oh,
little bit
incomplete.
too
That one
much
could have been
juice on
easily
that one as
picked.
The freshman was taking a shot.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now trailing by this
right,
much,
second
the defense is
down.
expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Out of the
Surprise,
gun,
it's a
running
run.
back.
Ha ha ha. There we go.
Nice
First
pick up on the
down.
ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Surprise him
I think
with
it's just
a run
too little
there.
too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game.
1st
but
and
because
10.
of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you.
And we got Hawkins. He's in. Touchdown. All right, that works.
Touchdown Sooners.
Somehow we're back
One of
into
the
this
reasons
game. I don't know
offense is so
how,
exciting to watch.
but
They've
here we
got
are.
guys that are dangerous after the catch.
Chicade and
If this quarterback gets to his
Ferguson. Good
progression,
job.
David, gets you in stride. These guys will take
He's
it
been
to the
doing
house.
well
Man,
for us
it's your
today.
job to do the
Look at him. He
rest,
just
right? You hit
bullies
me
his
in
way
stride,
in.
I don't have to stop running.
All
I don't
right.
have to break.
Well, we're kind of in this, but not really. All right, we're down by 15.
Here come the
right.
Sooners ready to go on offense.
All right, we need to get that ball going. Come on.
Touch pass on the jet sweep.
Oh, oh, whoa, whoa. Ah, of course.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Yeah, we got back to the line of
Well, I love
scrimmage,
the
but
aggressive
nothing
nature of the
further.
Defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw
right,
guys
2nd and
play
10.
with
That was a bad
excellent
play call.
instinct,
My
running
bad.
downhill and making a tackle.
They'll send the back in
Hawkins
motion.
will go out in motion here.
Wants to fire on 2nd down.
Give it to him, and he gets past the
No
first.
gain
All
now,
right.
but not before he crosses the 50.
Nobody
He's
had
down
him
to the
covered,
49.
and yeah.
And no messing
Maybe
around
we
right now
should.
if you're on
All
offense.
right,
This
1st
is the
and
time
10
where
here.
execution has got to be at a premium. You need to hit
Colby in the
completions, David. They
pistol
need some
here.
big plays.
Yeah, and you just want to keep pressuring them and keep making them use the
Back.
clock. Give them the
I can't get out.
Always a welcome play. for
All
the
right,
defense. They
well,
get a
that
sack
sucks.
at the 47. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time.
2nd and
And
14.
that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots. You read the quarterback's eyes. Make sure you take away that quick stuff. And a great
Draw
job rushing the
play,
passer.
and Hawkins is going to maneuver
And a
for
nice
7.
solid
All
pickup
right.
there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers.
3rd
It allows
and
the
7.
defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push
Colby
them
with an
upfield,
empty
go down
set
to the next
here.
level, try to sneak in a big play.
Back.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw.
Ah,
for it.
low throw, and he
Goes it
couldn't
in.
get
It's
past.
Thomas.
All right, that's
They'll
okay.
make the stop about 3
Well, we'll
yards
have to go
short
for it
of
on
the
4th
first
and
down.
3. We got no other choice.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages.
All right,
and they're gonna
4th and
allow you to throw
3.
the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense
Back.
to claw their way back in this one.
And it's caught by Ferguson, who's going to spin around and get the
But he has
first.
enough to move
There
the
you go.
chains. The metrics tell you so often. Go ahead, go for it on 4th down, and it pays
I had no
off.
choice, honestly.
That just shows
Shut
you
up.
the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical 4th down and execute.
There we go.
The
1st and
Sooners
10.
are moving quickly down the field. Looking
back.
downfield on 1st down. Using
Got
the
a
quick
man.
game.
That is going to go
And
for
good
4
coverage by
yards
the
to
defense, just a short
Traywood.
gain.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
2nd and 6.
That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. Pulls it on the
back.
bootleg fake. Lets it fly.
And oh, yikes, intercepted.
Ruin the drive with a turnover.
Doesn't get
Oh.
any better from your defense. You know exactly the situation.
Oh my God, he
Everything
tried
in
to
your favor.
throw on the run and it doesn't work.
How about you make a big play? Nice job.
Oh
getting the
boy.
interception.
Is that empty? That better be empty, young man. You can't be doing that on campus. I'm gonna have to report him for underage drinking. Yeah, throws on the run and it just doesn't work. Ugh. I think this game's probably over. Yep.
You're going to hear guys after this
Wow,
game say,
that was a
"Gotta
pretty
work harder,
miserable
gotta be
first
more
outing, now
intense."
wasn't it?
You know, sometimes the harder you try,
36
the
to
worse it
21.
gets. And it seemed to me that's what happened out there today.
Yeah, it just
Boy.
never really got into a rhythm for this team. There's no doubt they've got a lot of very talented players on both sides of the ball. So, David, I don't think
Yeah,
this is a
very
situation
talented, but
where
we
they
didn't
need to
do
now
anything.
freak out
No.
and try to reinvent things on either side of the
Just
football.
328,
Just
kind of a
being
miserable
in
showing
better
there.
rhythm early and trying to find that in their next game, I think would go a long way.
Yeah, and it's just finding a couple of those plays.
Yeah,
What
OB
do I do
goes for
really well? Let's continue to
57,
build on that.
238,
Let's take
2
away
and
these
2.
negative
Just a
plays.
very
Take away
bad
these
game.
turnovers. How do we create more turnovers? I think that
15
rhythm
for
you're talking
71
about,
yards
Jesse,
for
finding those
Hawkins.
things that I do
Not
well,
bad. I'll keep
building
that in
on it and
mind.
doing more of them.
Caden Ferguson caught 10 for 72 and a TD, and then Elijah Thomas had 8 4 for 64.
Of EA Sports College Football.
But yeah, just a very miserable game for us. So that's not the way I wanted to start our current campaign, but we begin on a loss, 36 to 21. All right, I think it's safe to say our debut did not go as well as I had expected to. 36 to 21. We're going to have some growing pains with our freshman quarterback. It's just not an ideal situation, but it's one we're forced to live with. So we'll see if we can make something of it here as we try to find our quarterback strengths and weaknesses. And hopefully by the time we get around to SEC play, everything's fine. So next week we got a rivalry game, just not the one you'd expect. And that would be against Oklahoma State. Hopefully by then we'll be better off. So, and then it's Utah State after that before the big matchup against USC. So, as always, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out, y'all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to force all my receivers to stand in front of the jugs machine for like 4 hours, and so they can learn how to frickin' catch. Ugh.